the photo shoot is the goal again. So I want to run through like before your first photo shoot. So what would you say you felt like before doing that first one? Because obviously when we first met,
Yeah,
you that was not something that was really on your mind. So
nah, not really.
what do you think it was like for you going from that point to then doing a photo?
Well, to be honest, though, I wasn't really sure, really, because like I told you before, like when I did the whole vegan training back then, and I was training to compete as a vegan. So I look great, but I wasn't really happy with the way I looked. So coming back to that spot when I first met you, I was too scared that I would look like that. That was always in the
Yeah.
back of my mind. It was in the
Mhm.
back of my mind. So I was like a bit hesitant on the photo shoot thing because I
Mhm.
wasn't sure if I was going to look good enough, and
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing that was really going in the back of my head. But as we were progressing closer to the photo shoot, I saw my body different, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was more excited than anything to do the photo shoot because I was so happy with the way my body was looking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like the anxiety turns into the excitement.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%. I was looking forward to it. It's just that, like the confidence started coming back, and
Yeah, yeah. I think it's like with any type of challenge, like not fitness challenge, but any like challenge within your life that you sign up for, or any event that you're putting yourself outside your comfort zone, whether it's like a performance-based thing or like this with a photo shoot, or even if it's like something outside of fitness, like in your career or something like that. I think that you always have that anxiety, but that just comes from being outside your comfort zone, right? I mean, as cringy as it sounds for people, it's true. Like that's the feeling you get when you're outside your comfort zone. And I think a lot of people say that, oh, let's push out my comfort zone, but that's just something they say, and no one wants that feeling of anxiety, do they? Like
yeah,
they're in the
it,
moment.
it's easier said than done.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? That's the thing. They know there's no cheat code to this. Cheat code, you have to go through the hard work. So sometimes it can be overwhelming to think what you have to do and give up at the same time. I think people they get overwhelmed by that feeling because they're so comfortable doing how they were before. Well, that was me. So when you first hit me up, I knew straight away that if I accept this, I have to give up this. So, that was going back and forth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have to be ready to take that step, right? I think it takes people to get to a certain low point in their life where they're ready to sacrifice that. Because with everything in your life, there's going to be a sacrifice. Like it doesn't necessarily need to be such a bad thing, but there's always going to be some sort of trade-off if you want to achieve something
Yeah.
within your career. You're going to have to give up some time to make that happen, or
Yeah.
you want to achieve this body, you're going to have to maybe sacrifice something that you're doing already to shift that time towards the gym. So it's just about what sacrifices you want to make,
Yeah, and it's
really.
positive too. It's always a positive.
Yeah.
Like what you're losing, you're gaining something that's positive. It's not like you lose
Mhm.
something, you lose something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was willing to give that up to gain this, and it's all positive. So you're not losing anything. You're actually making yourself better.
So like after you've done the photo shoots, all three of them, right?
Yeah, three. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's
Okay.
like my own little like mission,
Yeah,
competing, but
yeah,
it's purely against myself,
yeah,
really.
yeah.
But like
It's cool.
people compete. We take
Yeah,
photos.
you competing with yourself. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it's
it.
it's cool. It's cool. And yeah, so like now you've done like three photo shoots. Obviously you were apprehensive about doing one in the first place. Like now you've done three. What would you say? Like how is this version of you different from the guy that I first met, like on the first call?
Confidence, I think. Just yeah, for me, it always comes to confidence, like how I felt about myself now to how I felt. Like I was always a happy dude. Like I was always happy, positive. But there was always that little thing in the back of my mind thinking, "Come on, that was the insecurity that was in my head." So,
Mhm.
and I think I talked to you this on your podcast was like when I'd look at people and talk to them, I get, I'm thinking they're looking at me at this fat dude, ugly guy. Like this was the thoughts in my head.
Mhm.
But now that I've done all this work with you, the confidence is just building. Now I don't even care. Like I just feel like
Mhm.
that's totally out of my
Yeah, it's like relieved off your shoulders. It's not something that is actually in the back of your mind. And quite
yeah.
often, like for a lot of people as well, it's not something that's an anxiety that's like right on their mind all the time, but it's just in their subconscious, it's just like something that they have like this negative self-esteem, like this lack of self-belief, really.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you can create that belief, it does really unlock a lot of doors in your life, I think.
Percent. Like I can't believe how much my life is like, I can't even find the words to explain how much my life has just completely changed. It's like I attract different things that I didn't
Hmm.
before. Like my life is just attracting different types of people that are connecting to help me with goals that I've been trying to do for
Yeah,
my whole life. And it seems, yeah, and I think it's because of the confidence that I have now, that
100%,
people
man.
can see.
Yeah, you're on a higher frequency, basically.
Yeah, and people talk to you different. Like not that they didn't respect you before, but there's a different respect because, like I said, you can't cheat.
Yeah.
You can't cheat.
Because at the end of the day, if you're in shape, it shows that you respect yourself, I think, to be
Yeah,
honest.
same.
So people are so much more likely to respect you more if they can see that you respect yourself.
Yeah,
And I think as well, quite often people around you, they sometimes say nice things like, "Oh no, you're looking good," all this sort of stuff, and it's nice to hear in the moment, and it is like that comfort zone. But ultimately, that's like what we're here to do as coaches is to put you outside your comfort zone with your best interests at heart to
yeah,
make sure you do become the best version of yourself. Because if you keep listening to everyone around you that says, "Oh, you're doing good," "Oh, you're fine, you've been through this tough time," you're not going to get anywhere. Which is, it sounds tough, but
yeah.
it's true, right?
Yeah, I just get more excited about things. Like
Mm.
it's like and I think because I've always been a positive guy, it's like the positive. But sometimes before I met you, I would have to pretend to be positive. I'd have to pick myself up and trick myself into believing something. But
Yeah,
now the positive, not that it wasn't, but before, but like I feel like it's more genuine and it's like it just flows better.
yeah. You're not putting on an identity.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's just I'm just myself now. I can just
Yeah, that's cool. And I think that frees up a lot of mental like bandwidth, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but just a lot of mental energy, really. Like not feeling like you're having to pretend to be someone else,
yeah,
especially like as a musician, like when you're performing. And as you know, we work with quite a lot of musicians as well. And that's like quite a big thing that people say to me when they are in that industry is like they feel like when they go on stage or if they're a comedian or something like that, it's when they go on stage they feel like they're trying to be someone else.
yeah.
Was that something you noticed or?
Well, I mean, that's always the case anyway. Like, I'm a different person when I'm,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's always a bit of a performance,
yeah,
but
it's just you're putting on a performance. It's not like
yeah.
yeah, I'm a different character when I'm off stage, but I know exactly what you're saying.
Hmm.
I'm not trying to pretend to be something else to make myself feel better.
Mm.
I'm just being and
Yeah,
being happy. Yeah.
nice.
And then I'm not coming home and going, that was tough. That was like a lot of
Yeah,
energy
yeah.
pretending to be that person. But now I'm
Hmm.
just like that person every time, whether I'm
Awesome,
at
man.
work or at home. It's the best feeling in the world, Jack. Seriously, like I just like I'm so grateful. Like I'm really grateful that I met you because if I did not press send and tell you that I'm scared to even think about where I would be right now.
Yeah. It's not something we necessarily like want to think about. What I say to people when I meet them for the first time is you've got paths ahead of you. You've got like two paths, you've got the path where you take action on something. You've got these goals that you want to work towards, and you have this roadmap to get there, and you start putting one foot in front of the other to get there and like fulfill that vision. But you always got other choices in your life. Like your life is just down to, and it's a sum of the decisions you've made to get you up to this point and the habits you've built. So there's always like that second path moving forwards where you don't take those steps forward and you don't take any action on anything, and you end up in a completely different place where you want to be. So there's always like a choice, right? And there's that like ripple effect from the decisions you make to yourself, your life, and like everyone around you as well.
Yeah, my kids. that's for me is the most important thing in my life is my family, my kids, what they
Mm,
think of me. I don't care about anyone else. I care about what they think of me. So Amari right now is looking at me and Joe going to the gym. That's kind of what we want to instill him is he's giving me the thumbs up. And I give him the thumbs up. He's like, yeah, trying to instill that in his head, and that becomes second nature to him. So when he grows up, he's already set mentally.
mm,
I just want him to be around positivity
yeah,
and easily motivated and self motivated.
nice. Yeah, 100%, 100%. That like your changes that you've made in your life have had a direct like ripple effect for, you know, your kids and your family.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And yeah, it's just something that's really close to me that I wanna like, and not just stopping at my my family, but like just people around me as well who feel it inspires
Mm,
mates that are maybe going
yeah.
through a tough time wanting to
Mm.
change their lives because they see the change that it's given me and
Yeah, that's
it's
the best feeling, just to be like an inspiration, you know, and just be a
yeah
leader. Like it doesn't have to be for your kids that you're being that
yeah
role model for. It can be siblings, it can be friend, like anyone else in your family, and that's the coolest feeling, just to be that best version of
yeah
yourself for when you're looking in the mirror, but also for being that motivator for when people look at you and that's motivating them to make changes. I think
yeah.
that's the coolest thing, really.
I just
What
can't.
what?
Sorry,
No,
sorry.
you go for it, man.
No, I was gonna say like I just can't stress enough like how much like how important like how crazy it's been just how my life is changing and like I just want that for like my mates or people that are struggling like they just don't understand until they actually do it. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
can say all this stuff. I can say that my life has changed and I'm the happiest person I've ever been and that's easy for me to say and they look at me and they go yeah yeah well you're already there but it's like it took me
yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
sacrifice, blood and tears to get to where I am now, but it's so worth it. And I know that
yeah,
when people do it, like if they just actually do it, then the only time they'll ever understand is if they do it.
yeah. 100%. Like nothing changes if nothing changes, right?
Right.
And I think a lot of people they lack that self-belief right from the start, like in themselves, which is a shame because it's purely based down to like that lack of self-belief is purely based down to the things they've tried before or
Yeah.
the situations they've been in before, like those habit loops that have been created. Yeah, and the only way like that you're going to break those down as well is by taking action. So if your self-belief is so low that you struggle to take action, then it's difficult to get out of that. But
Yeah.
if you can really take that first step and be like, right, I believe that I can get here. I just need a bit of guidance, then you know you
Yeah.
can really achieve anything that you want to. It just takes that first step.
Yeah. For myself, it was guidance, accountability, patience, and persistence. Like those were the four things that I really needed in my life that I realize now that I needed in my life because and I knew I wouldn't be able to do it on my own until now. Until
Yeah.
being with you, like now you've given me a blueprint,
Mhm.
which is a lifetime blueprint to be able to stay happy. If
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
lack of a word, but like, and that's something. Yeah, I'm truly grateful because it's yeah, I can just everything's just so positive, and I know where
Mhm.
I'm going now with this. I
Mhm.
know exactly where I need to go. Whereas in before meeting you,
It's the
uh,
direction. It's yeah,
right,
like when you don't have direction, that's the worst thing.
yeah,
I think for any person, like any human being, the worst thing is not having direction in your life.
100%.
And not just in fitness, it's in everything. Direction in your career. Like for us as humans,
Yeah,
it is like literally if you don't know where you're going in your life, that is the most unmotivating thing. It's the most depressing thing. We are just built to want to go somewhere and like have direction and like whether it's like a purpose in your job or if it's something that you want to do that you want to move closer towards like a goal. Like if you don't have direction to get there,
yeah,
that's like the worst feeling. So when people don't have that with their fitness journey and they've like tried all these bullshit things that are designed to make you fail and they just don't have that direction because they say they've tried everything and there's like, you know, I've tried everything here, but they just don't have that direction, like specifically to guide them and have the accountability through that journey and like break down the habits that have led them to that point. I think that's the worst thing. So when you can start to rewire those and put one foot in front of the other in the right direction, I think that's the best thing. And that's the only place you can really start at.
yeah, and it helps you really create good habits. And I think good habits are the key because obviously when it becomes a habit, it becomes natural and it becomes routine throughout your life. You do bad habits and it becomes a routine. Bad habits become a routine. So being with you for this long, like I've obviously created really good habits now. Like I can't eat the way I used to, even if I try.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's so cool.
sometimes I try. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Like my habits have become so much better when it comes to eating, when it comes to exercise, when it comes
Mm,
to routine. Because my life back then was just there was no routine besides my family. My family
mm,
was the only routine, but when it came to help my health, there was no routine to it. Like nothing. I would eat whatever I wanted, how much I
mm.
wanted, and it would affect my life because I'll be obviously eating, shit, and I would feel like shit. For my family, it's the most important thing. Who I am now is I just really want it to resonate with my family, my kids. I want them to grow up this way so it just passes through generation. So when I'm gone, I know that he's going to be okay. If I go, I know Murray, Maya, and Zion are going to be fine
Mm.
because I believe that I know that I've set the example for them.
Yeah,
But I also for society as well. I'm obviously doing a lot of stuff on social media, so being an example on that is huge to me as well because the way I was brought up with the morals that I have, health is definitely now a big part of my life, and
mm,
hopefully I can share that information to anybody else or inspire anybody else to take the journey as well. Because I think
yeah.
health is one of, if not the most important thing in your life.
Yeah, it's like yeah, it's the what I say to people is it's your fitness and your health. It's like the foundation to everything, right? It's whether it is your relationships, your partner, your friends, your family, your kids, or if it's your career, like you're not gonna progress as far in your career if you don't have the focus and the clarity
Yeah.
and the productivity from your health. But yeah, all other areas as well, like your longevity, your day-to-day life, it all comes down to your health, right? So, if you don't have that, then that's the one thing that you want.
Yeah, and I think
So,
a lot of people take that for granted because they're so comfortable. You got your Uber Eats now. Everything's so convenient by a push of a button. It does take a bit of a mindset but then again, you're creating a habit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you're right. That is, it's like that habit, that instant gratification habit from your Uber Eats, your phone usage, like gaming, like all these things in the world, they're all designed for quick gratification or like quick service. And when it comes to your health and your fitness, how you're feeling, like that's not something that you can bypass. Like you need to put in the work. Like it doesn't need to be
Oh yeah,
miserable, but you need to actually you can't take a quick route. So I think when people were doing all these, like with the modern world, we all use our phones and stuff like that. But I think all these areas, you just need to keep an eye on them because it does form those habits and that can have a crossover effect to your fitness journey.
yeah,
So I think it's just something to be like aware of as well. But yeah,
yeah. I think that's where routine comes into it. You just like plan. I think honestly, if I didn't have Jo in my life, she does all the planning and all that stuff. So like, I didn't realize how important it was till she started drilling it into my
yeah,
head. But planning ahead your day makes it so much easier.
yeah. It sets you up for success.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, we have this motto at home is like finish your night like how you would want to start your day.
I wanted to ask, what do you think most people get wrong about fat loss?
Maybe what you eat, what you can eat. I think it's
Hmm.
the food, if anything.
Yeah. What
That
about it?
if they exercise, then you can just eat.
Yeah. That you? Or you knew
But
you
yeah,
needed to? Yeah.
yeah, that was me, 100%. Before I
Hmm.
met you, I was doing that. Like I thought, I'm eating. Yeah, I can eat this. I just trained
Do
pretty
you think
hard.
do you think you knew deep down that you needed to make changes with your nutrition, or you literally didn't know?
I literally didn't know because I didn't know anything about counting calories. I may have heard it
Hmm.
around, but I just didn't know what that was.
Yeah. True. Yeah, I think obviously as a fitness coach and being doing this for a while now, sometimes you do forget that like some people they don't even obviously for me it's second nature, but for some people they really do not know that what you eat makes a difference with how you look. Like they literally just think you can go in the gym
Yeah, that was me, bro. Like I thought counting calories were for bodybuilders. Like
Yeah,
that's what I thought. You know, when I hear counting calories, I think real. Oh, they're serious. They're pretty serious guys. But it's not. It's part of like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you want to lose weight, you got to count calories. Like
You got to know what's going in your body, whether
yeah,
it is by counting calories or having a meal plan so that your coach knows your calories, or sending, like we do, sending food pictures to your coach, or whatever it is. Like you got to know what's going in your body, and that's getting you to your goal. Because if you just ignore that and push that to the back of your mind, you're not
yeah,
going to get to where you want to be,
yeah,
and you're not going to be happy. So yeah, I think look, it's like your finances. If you don't know what's going in and what's going out with what you're paying for, you're going to
yeah,
be broke. And
yeah,
if you don't know what's going in your mouth, then you're going to be fat. So
yeah,
it's the
exactly.
same. It's the same thing.
And that's why people think, you know, people always say, why am I not losing weight? Why am I not like I'm exercising and I think I'm eating like if you're not counting your calories, like you might think that one meal, like that one meal is it's not a lot. It's not a lot. Because I always thought a cheeseburger meal wasn't a lot. So I thought if I'm eating that, I'm not eating that much, but I'm exercising, but not realizing how many calories that actually is. So
Mm.
I might not be burning enough off
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so because I'm not exercising the way it should, because when I'm with you, these calories like when I'm burning more than what I'm eating and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
in the right calories, if that
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, I think people, they just don't have enough understanding on nutrition, do they? It's so important. It can be overwhelming at the start, and obviously there's so much information out there, and people like look on you with all this different stuff. But ultimately, like that's the power of having a coach, is to tell you the highest leverage piece of information
Mm,
at that point that you need to know to drill into your head, rather than
mm.
just like anyone could go on Chat GPT and look up like a ton of information about nutrition, all the studies and stuff. But you don't need to know that. That's just going to overwhelm you. You need someone in your corner to be like telling you and holding you accountable to like the one most critical thing that you need to like nail down at that one point to move you forwards. Take that one step, then put the next piece of information in front of you, hold you accountable to that. And that's what it's all about, I think.
Yeah, and people look at like I used to look at a dude and he was ripped, and I'll be like, man, like I want that, but I don't know how to get it. And
Hmm.
the amount, like just understanding calories now, I know exactly how to get that now. I know I have the blueprint to be able to get there. So
Hmm.
wasn't because just going blind, thinking that
Hmm.
exercising and eating, if I'm doing that, I'm going to lose weight, but not calculating the calories. And I'm sitting there wondering why I'm not losing any weight. So then I just go, stuff, that's not working. I've got to try something else. Let's try yoga. Yeah, that might work.
Yeah, yeah. You're the yoga dad. Love it. What would you say to someone who says they need motivation to start? Quick, this is a quick the guy around.
Oh, I think it's more accountability than anything, eh? Like I
Yeah.
think motivation comes and goes. Like I can get motivated easy, but then as soon as if you stay there long enough, if you're waiting around long enough, you'll just go, I don't feel like going to the gym anymore, you know. But
Mm.
because I sent yes to you, now I'm held accountable. Now I have to do it. I think getting forced to do stuff first, like through accountability, is will help you more.
Yeah. After the accountability, you then generate that progress, and then that's what then creates the
That's it.
motivation.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the motivation comes
Yeah.
like
It's always going to come and
genuine.
go.
Yeah, well, I think the motivation will be a lot easier once they see results. I think for me, and I'm only talking out of what I experienced because I needed that accountability to make action for me to go to the
Mm.
gym. I knew I needed it. I just wasn't willing to give it up. So I kind of just forced myself to say yes. And then, yeah,
Yeah.
here I am now.
The rest is history.
Yeah. Oh, I can always get motivated, eh? I can always look at Instagram and see people at the
Yeah.
gym.
Look at David
Oh,
Goggins.
yeah. But am I really gonna do anything?
No, you need to be held accountable, I think.
Yeah, I think motivation and accountability go hand in hand.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. What would you say to someone who thinks they're too busy to change? They don't have time.
I say they're lazy.
Shut up, man.
No,
Go to work.
you always at least have an hour
Yeah.
out of that 24 hours you have, there's always an hour free, and people will choose to sit on the couch, and I was guilty of that for sure.
Hmm.
And sometimes, but I think you just got to find that balance really, because my life is different to others. So my life is a little bit more flexible, but at times it's still hard because like my weekends is where I work the most,
Yeah.
and it's just trying to balance that. But that'll be different to someone who has a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah, I think.
Everybody, whether you're working how I work, always has an hour, and that's
Yeah, and it's that you only really need to. I think people think they need to spend hours and hours in the gym, but really, you can. Most people we coach really are on 3 workouts a week. You
yeah,
don't need to be doing. Obviously, if people want to do more, then they can.
yeah,
Um, but you can see huge changes to your body with 3 workouts a week if they're the right sessions and you're hitting them with intensity, and you don't need to be in there hours. And really, that's the only thing that takes time. Other than that, this is what I always tell people, you're still eating, food. So we're just changing what you're eating, right? And if anything, we're taking time out of it because you're not needing to think about what you're eating, and we're taking the thinking out of it for you. So you're saving time and you're saving mental bandwidth from that. And also we're increasing your energy levels. So
yeah,
you can then do more with the time that you do have. So I'd agree with you. Like I think people obviously everyone's busy. Like, you're busy, I'm busy, everyone that we coach is busy
yeah,
unless they've won the lottery and they don't need any money. Like obviously everyone's working. Most people, as you know, most people that we coach as well have kids. We have lots of parents that we coach. Everyone's busy, but everyone fits in 3 workouts a week so that they can become a better version of themselves for their family. And yeah, I think it's just about priorities really, and not making excuses. I think that's all it comes down to really. And the training sessions are really the only thing that take time.